Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to be going over our final predictions before the Bankai Live drops, which I will be going live when it does, around 4 a.m. Sunday. The actual Bankai Live starts around 4:30, so hope to see you guys there. I should have the scheduled stream already up, so go check it out. But yeah, comment down below who you think it's going to be. I think I kind of have an idea. It's still iffy to me, because, like, let's just replay the trailer, just because maybe you're curious. We should be getting the news on the Sunday. But yeah, if we go here, we have the trailer right here. And it's still a bit, like, iffy. Turn out, hopefully it's not too loud, but it's like 10 seconds. You hear this little, like, boom, boom, there's some explosions. I think there's some arrows, and then the ground, like, cracks open right there. And just turn down a little bit, and let's just play it again. Like, it looks like it slashes right here, boom. Looks like they're slashing something that's exploding, and then the ground rips apart from beneath. And then this shatters, so what this looks like to me, this looks like Kenpachi just swinging his sword at the very beginning against Gremmy. That's what this looks like, swinging his sword, breaking the stuff. This could also be like the detonators at the very end when he blows Kenpachi up. Could be that. The ground is a bit different, but yeah. But then this is also like the ground coming apart right here, where after he saves Yatru, when she falls into that big hole at the very beginning of the fight, and then this right here looks like he's shattering the space where Grammy throws him into space. It looks like he's shattering it. That's what my first impression is. So if you don't know, I'm already thinking it's probably going to be Kenpachi. I really don't want it to be Kenpachi and Yuha, or Kenpachi and Grammy, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want a Grammy for Annie, in my honest opinion, but if it happens, it is what it is. But I think a 1,000 above work anniversary Kenpachi is very likely. These are my top 3 picks, realistically. I think it's going to be Kenpachi, some form of Rukia, or a Yuha. One of these things. Probably going to be 2 characters. A standalone villain would be really cool, but, there's been hints about the poster. I don't think it's going to be that, because there's, a poster that they're going to be giving, and I don't think it's going to be only one person, unless it's, super zoomed in. People brought that up. 3, I've suggested 3, and people have constantly said that there has basically never been that many characters for part 1, and it's yeah, I guess so. So it's so awkward too, because if Rukia had Asnot on the banner, or you could choose Asnot, then it would be oh well, Rukia Asnot, you know. But I truthfully am leaning towards a Kenpachi. It's rough, man. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't think a Kenpachi and Gremmy would do that well, but who knows. Now, there is this small chance it could be an original design. If you don't know, the 5th anniversary showed Soul Society, Byakuya versus Ichigo, or just a Soul Society themed banner, and then it ended up being a original design. As you can see in the trailer, it had the red background, so it's obviously leaning towards Core 2, but there could be a chance that maybe they're just baiting us and it's actually going to be original designs. That is my hope. If I could choose what I want, I would say original design Yuha versus Kenpachi, or original design Yuha versus Ichibei. Those are the 2 fights that I would personally do if I was K-Lab, but it is what it is. Kenpachi and Rukia are probably the most likely ones. So if it's Kenpachi and Gremmy, and if it's Rukia, maybe it could be Rukia and Kenpachi, because it's it can't be Rukia and Asnot. So it's who else would it be? Who would Rukia be fighting in this? Rukia's not fighting Yuha. She never even sees him, I think. Rukia doesn't fight Kenpachi, obviously, so it's So I'm leaning towards Kenpachi and Gremmy, and in second place, Rukia and, a Kenpachi, and then maybe it's original forms, and it could be a Yuha original and Kenpachi original. That's my final guess, slam dunk, 3rd guess. Now, as for what I would like the characters to be, let's say there are 2 characters. Okay, I'm just gonna go off 2 characters. I want a heart character and a technique character, mainly a technique character. I would love a third character with a power farmer, but I think that's going to be part 2. I feel like the farmer's going to be like part 2, just like last year. We had the Chojuro. Obviously, I hope it's a super pot farmer, not a droplet potion farmer, but you get what I mean. And then it'll probably be a Brave Battle character for part 2, and then another broken character like a Yachiru kind of character is what I'm assuming for part 2. Now for part 1, I'm hoping there is a broken technique character and then a broken heart character. Because yes, we do have really good heart characters, but we haven't gotten like an absolute absurd one since I would probably say Trushikai Ichigo. Raruka is a extremely good character, but I don't think she's on the same levels as him for obvious reasons. But yeah, that's just my little thing. Now as for their killers, I'm praying they both get double killer. Okiura, the Future Society, is a very big letdown in terms of him only having one killer. Misaki and Ishin also only having one killer. It looks like they're only doing end of year and anniversary going to be having 2 killers, so hopefully they actually do have 2 killers. And so for me, I think that because I've been going through it, and if you go to Squad 0 and Ranged, there is basically no one besides Macy, and she's an extremely limited character. So I think maybe we can get a Squad 0 Ranged character to actually be able to buff up the killer here, or the affiliation here, make it a bit stronger. Because if you go to the melee, I think melee Squad 0 is okay. Yeah, like they have Yumachika, they have Toshiro. It's not like the greatest thing, I'm not gonna lie. Like you could definitely get more, but that's more like you would probably want better sides or something. Because I think Toshiro or Yumachika is okay, Toshiro's okay. Nightmare, I'm not going to talk about this whole disaster of a GQ, but it is what it is. They can at least clear Nightmare, even at 1 out of 5. But another one would be Human. Let's just check Human in general. Yeah, honestly, Human in general just needs a better character. Like, we don't have a single good lead. Like, Melee, I think, is actually worse than Range. I was going to say Range, but honestly, Human Melee, I can't remember if they actually even split Human Melee or Range. So, just in general, we just need a better Human killer. So, hopefully, one of them has a small one, like the Squad 0 killer, and then the other one has, like, a Human killer is kind of my hope. Now for a more regular one, I think Ranged Arrancar is in a bit of a need. Because if you don't know, the best lead for Ranged Arrancar is still 7th Anniversary Ichigo and Tech Aizen. So about 2 years ago, exactly 2 years ago actually, like Ruki is okay in Guild Quest. Rangiku is probably okay in Guild Quest, but you're definitely going to need dupes into them to make them perform as good as characters from 2 years ago. So that's a bit of an issue. Definitely going to need a little bit of help there. And then I feel like the next one would probably be, to be honest, and it's a lot of range, I know, Range Captain. Neliel, Bambi, this Okiura, and this Aizen, and this Gin, to be fair, are all very good characters. But they're a bit outdated, to be honest. Like, they're a bit lackluster compared to the characters we're getting nowadays. I definitely think we can definitely get better ranged Captain killers. So I guess Captain is kind of a niche one as well. It's another like ×3 damage, so you know, keep that in mind. We could also just get a better no affiliation range killer. Because if you go to a no affiliation, it's basically only Macy and Asnot, and like I said earlier, you could definitely, like, Ichigo's great and all, but yes, I know he's not a main GQ killer. He's a pretty good side, but outside of that, he's yeah, a better ranged no affiliation killer that can get you like an insane score at like 2-5. Like, very hard for Go Quest. I get a 49-second clear with Mugetsu Ichigo. I don't think you can do that with a 1-5 Macy or a 1-5 Asnot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just my guess. So maybe no affiliation human killer, and then a ranged, by the way, and then maybe a Rankar Squad 0 ranged killer. Now, I know they're both ranged, so it's kind of unlikely to do, but if we go through all the killers, who is a one that needs melee besides, I believe it was Human? Yeah, Human needs a melee killer because they just don't have any, but I don't even know if the GQs are actually split up for them. Hollow is 100% fine. They're the most stacked thing in the entire universe. They don't need another killer for the entirety of the game. Ishin has Quincy killer down, and he was fairly recent. Starter has Trushikai Ichigo. We could use another one just to have a second character here. But outside of that, we don't really need it. Melee no affiliation, I think is fine. We have White, we have Yuha, we have like 7th anniversary Uryu. Who obviously this 2 characters way better, but I mean we have a few options at least, so nothing like needed. Melee Soul Reaper I think is also extremely stacked. We don't need that. Melee Captain, that they are set. They don't need another character until they get a new GQ at this point. And then Melee Squad Zero, as I said. I mean, I wouldn't mind another character, but it's like we just got Yuman Chico, so probably not. Melee Ronkar has Killgate, and we just got Bambietta, so I don't see that happening. Melee Espada would also be a pretty nice one, because I think Bruno is very limited, and also I only have him 1-5. Maybe you have him 2-5 and he is exceptional, but I only have him 1-5. He doesn't feel that great. Even in very hard guild quests, he doesn't feel all that. So I would definitely like a newer character, you know. But hopefully we get a better booster as well, because Dordoni is not it. But yeah, so to specify what I would personally want overall, I think a Technique character and a Heart character for Anniversary Part 1. With a, let's just put a random combo together, no affiliation Squad 0, and then a Ronkar Human Killer, both ranged, or whoever is human could be melee, I guess, for that. So like, yeah, that's what I would want, a random combo of those 4 killers, and then a Technique and a Heart character. I'm not saying it has to be, like, we could definitely use another power character, but we've gotten so many power characters in a row, I don't mind not having one. Mind, I think, is the best attribute in the entire game. To be honest, like, or you could say speed. I guess speed's also right there, but I mean, maybe we could go with another speed character for Part 1, just to like give them another broken character instead of like Heart. But I definitely think Technique is a kind of a must for this, and then a power farmer for Part 2 with a Brave Battle character, and then probably an absurd broken character for either Heart or speed, depending on whatever we get for Part 1. So yeah, that is going to be it for my video. Basically a little rant video. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yet again, let me know down below what you guys think. Obviously, no matter what I say, people are going to get upset, because I really would like a Bankai Rukia. I wouldn't mind it. I think she'd be really cool. But just her alone, I don't know if she could hold down an Annie. I mean, it could be her and Renji, but it looks like they're fighting someone, you know? So it's like, I don't know how Rukia could really fit in. Kenpachi and Gremmy is kind of just such an easy answer. It feels too easy. And then Yuha original form is my overall wanted one. But Kenpachi, Gremmy just seems like a very easy one to pick, which is why I think it's the #1 slot. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think. Take care. Hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day, and peace out.